What's up guys, this is Shukesh once again, and as you know, Samsung just launched two entry-level or lower mid-range devices, Galaxy On7 and On5. This is the On7 with a 5.5 inch screen, and the price of this phone is 10,990 rupees, that is $170 US, and on my left I have the On5 with a smaller 5 inch screen, and it's retailing at 8,990 rupees, that is around $155 US. So for only 2,000 rupees extra you are getting a bigger screen. Well, now the question is, are there any other differences apart from this display? If 2,000 rupees doesn't matter, then which one you should get? Is the bigger 5.5 inch screen is user friendly at all? Is it accessible with one hand? Well, it is if you don't have small hands, and of course the On5 will provide the best one-handed experience. The screen to body ratio of these phones are in the range of 70%, which is really decent for a smartphone nowadays, and you'll definitely get used to the bigger 5.5 inch screen after a few days of uses. Well, both the screens are HD, that is 720p, and TFT. The color reproduction of these displays are really great, and the only visible difference here is the slightly bigger icons on the On7. The PPI of On7 is 267, which is slightly lower compared to the 288 PPI of On5. I'm telling you guys, there is visibly no difference at all in the pixel resolution, but regarding the brightness, the display of the On5 is considerably brighter. If you put these two phones side by side, then you will definitely see the difference. The On5's display look more colorful, attractive, and it's almost white. There is no visible color tint. The sunlight legibility and the viewing angles are also better. Well, if you are into On7, then there is nothing to worry about. It's a great display, just slightly less bright than the On5's. If you don't put these two phones side by side, then there is nothing to complain. Well, let's get back to the bigger form factor of the Galaxy On7. Because of the bigger screen, it's 9.5mm taller, 5.4mm wider, and most importantly 0.3mm slimmer. As this is a bigger phone, it looks slimmer than it looks. Apart from the dimensions, there is basically no difference at all on the exterior design, though you will see that at the bottom the placement of the microphone is slightly different. I should also mention here the weight of the On7 is on the heavier side. It's 172 gram, whereas the On5 is decent 149 gram. If you ask me which one looks and feels more premium, well, On7 with a bigger screen looks better to me. Well, the next big difference in between these two phones are CPU and GPU. Though both feature the same 1.5GB RAM and 8GB of storage, the CPU is basic Cortex-A7 1.3 GHz quad-core on the On5, just like the similarly priced Galaxy J2, whereas the Galaxy On7 sports a premium Cortex-A53 1.19 GHz quad-core processor, same as the Galaxy J5. So for the extra price, you are getting a more reliable processor, though the CPU speed is slightly low. I'll show you the benchmark scores later on in this video. The GPU on the On7 is Adreno 306, whereas you get a Mali T720 on the On5. The chipsets are also different, of course. Let's now compare the benchmark results. As you can see guys, both scored almost the same. The On5 scored slightly better though. The CPU score of On7 is higher. On the other hand, the GPU score on the On5 is slightly better. The Ninamark 2 benchmark also shows almost the similar graphics FPS. Next, I'll check the 3DMark Gamers benchmark as well. Now you get a clear picture of the real performance of the Galaxy On7. It's much better. Let me show you the breakup as well. You can pause and check. Another big difference in between these two smartphones is the battery. You get a 3000 mAh battery on the On7, whereas a 27 mAh battery is powering up the On5. I must admit, the battery backup of these two phones are really great. You can expect at least 2 full days battery backup if you are not a heavy user. In between these two phones, I think On7 provides a slightly better backup. Though on standby, you can expect a better performance from the On5. During gaming, there is no overheating on either phones at all. I have recorded a maximum of 40 degrees Celsius. The next and the most important difference in between these two devices is the camera, especially the rear camera. As you know, there is a 13 megapixel shooter on the On7 and 8 megapixel shooter on the On5. The front cameras are same 5 megapixel, and all these cameras can capture full HD videos. The camera menu features options are just the same on both On5 and On7. Now let's talk about the image quality. Well, though there is a good difference in the resolution if I'm not wrong, the image quality from the camera of Galaxy On5 looks better to me, especially the color rendering is great. Images look more punchy and attractive. In low light, both the cameras are I think equally good. There is same amount of noise on both. Regarding the front camera, I can surely tell you On5's camera offers better image quality. Images from the On7's front camera are slightly washed out. You can download and check these images yourself. Just visit my website gadgetsportal.in/camera-samples. Well, that's all on the hardware. Now let's talk about the software, the differences in the interface. As you can see, both are just identical, only the icons on the On7 are slightly bigger. Now to make the On7 screen more user-friendly, Samsung included one-handed operation, that is the input area of the dial pad, the calculator unlocking pattern, the keyboard, even the in-call buttons can be shrink to your right or left, so a great option indeed. I have also found another minor difference in the battery settings. Let me show you. The Galaxy On7 features network power saving, that is the phone will turn off the network features automatically when the screen is off to save battery. You can only receive app notifications when the screen is turned on. So again, an excellent feature you must try. Well guys, that's all the differences I have for you in between these two phones. Now the question is, in real life, which one is faster? Which one will provide you a better user experience? To check that out, I'll do a speed test. So let's get started. First of all, I'll do a boot test and check how much time these two phones take to power off and power on. Well, the turn off time is same for both. Now let's turn on. Well, the On7 turned on slightly faster, but it's totally ignorable. I think both are almost equally fast. I don't know whether you noticed or not, but the screen of On5 turned on before On7, so in this boot test, I'll say On7 is the winner. Now the new TouchWiz interface of Samsung is really very fast. There is no lag, hiccup whatsoever I have experienced on either devices. Well, on this speed test, I put the On7 on my right hand because I'm right-handed and it's easier for me to access this huge display with my master hand. On my previous speed test, a lot of you guys argued that I always put my favorite devices on my right hand and make them win the speed test because my master hand responds faster. So to make it fair, I'll switch hands. Now let's get started with the speed test, and first of all I'll try the dialer. As you can see guys, the Galaxy On7 is the clear winner. Next, let me check the contacts menu. I think the On7 was slightly faster once again, or this is a tie. Next, I have the messaging app. Definitely this is a tie once again. Now I'll switch hands and recheck the results. Just like before, the On7 is quicker. Next, the contact. Again, I think this is a tie, and regarding messaging app, once again they are equally fast. Next, let's check the camera application. Guys, this time the Galaxy On5 is the winner. Let's try once again and recheck. Again, On5 opened the camera first. Now I'll also check the gallery and few games. I think it's a draw once again. Now let's try the calendar as well. Well, On7 is faster once again. The premium Cortex-A53 processor is playing a great role here. In the long run, that is after months or years of usage, the Cortex-A7 on the On5 might get slower. The A53 is updated and more reliable. The On7 is faster this time. I'll also check the camera as well. Once again, the On5 is faster. Next, I will quickly check the browser as well. Let's open a site. I think both are opening the site almost at the same time. Well, the brightness difference is easily visible. The browsing experience is just fine on both On5 and On7. Well, the most important is the gaming performance, and I've loaded Asphalt 8, one of the most graphics intensive games on the Play Store, and also tried this on both these phones. In medium graphics, both On5 and On7 can handle this game, but if you switch to high graphics from the games menu, the Galaxy On5 lags. You will see artifacts or shutter on the game's graphics. As you can see, the On5 is also taking some time to load the game. So in gaming performance, On7 beats On5 black and blue. You have also seen a good difference in the 3D Mark Gamers benchmark score. I'll upload the gaming reviews very soon. Make sure you are subscribed, and I'll add the link in the description below as well. Well, it's not possible to play games on two phones at a time, but just check the graphics. The On7's one look more detailed and lag free. Sometimes the orientation sensor of the On5 doesn't work properly. So if you are a heavy gamer, then go for On7. The bigger screen will also provide a better experience. Well friends, we are almost at the end of this comparison review, and I think I've covered each and every aspects of these two phones. Both Galaxy On5 and On7 are value for money phones, and you can go for any of these. The multimedia department of On5 is stronger, whereas On7 is much powerful. If you ask me, I'll say go for On7. The slightly less brighter display won't matter that much, and the camera is itself quite nice for the price of this phone. The images are also bigger than On5's, which does matter. Download and check the images from my website gadgetsportal.in/camera-samples and take the final decision. That's all in this video guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Keep in touch and don't forget to subscribe. I put lots of efforts in making these videos, so it will be great if you share this video, like, and also comment. I've also added the Flipkart buying links in the description below, so if you wish you can use those links to buy this On5 or On7. I'll get few rupees as commission. That's all in this video. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next review.